Most older grapplers don't get injured because they're not tough enough. They get injured because they walk into hard rounds with a body that's still half asleep. And a lot of jiu-jitsu warm-ups don't fully solve that problem. Shrimping, bridging, forward rolls, technical stand-ups, that stuff is all useful. It builds the fundamental movement patterns of jiu-jitsu, but it doesn't always prepare an older body for the chaos of hard sparring, especially if you spent all day sitting, driving, working, stressing, or carrying a lifetime's worth of tension in your shoulders. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 simple things you can do in under 5 minutes to wake up your body, prepare your joints, prime your spine, and give yourself a much better chance of staying safe when the roll stops being polite. I'm Hadrian, Jiu-Jitsu black belt, coach, and former competitor, and this is Invincible Jiu-Jitsu, where we talk about rolling stronger for longer at 40 and beyond. Now, in my classes with my students, this is the balance I'm always looking for. I want them to get the benefit of a traditional jiu-jitsu warm-up. I want them building the movement patterns, the coordination, and the basic habits that actually make them better grapplers. But I also need to balance that with tuning their physiology for a hard session, because practicing jiu-jitsu movement is not always the same as being physically ready to roll. You can sharpen your technique and still have a nervous system or joints or connective tissue or a spine that haven't been properly prepared for sudden pressure. And at open mat, oh baby Jesus, things get even worse because a lot of people don't even warm up at all. They slap hands and they say, let's flow for a bit. And then 30 seconds later, the flow roll has somehow turned into the UFC at the White House. So don't leave it to chance. You need something simple, something quick and repeatable that prepares the body for the chaos of jiu-jitsu without turning the warm-up into a workout. The first thing I do is simple pogo hopping. Stay light on the balls of your feet, keep the ankles fairly stiff, keep the knees soft, and everything above the waist is super soft and floppy. Everything above the waist, guys. And you're gonna bounce on your feet, on your toes, like you're on a pogo stick, minus the pogo stick, obviously. But this is not just a foot warm-up. The feet are where the signal starts, but the effect travels through the whole body. Every time you bounce, the floor sends a little pulse back up through your ankles, your knees, your hips, your spine, your nervous system. Your body has to organize itself quickly. Balance, posture, timing, tension, rhythm, relaxation. That's why I like these so much for older grapplers. They wake up the elastic system. They remind the body how to absorb force, how to redirect force, and stay springy instead of stiff. And jiu-jitsu is full of that. Every time you post, or you drive, or you scramble, you recover a position, you're dealing with force traveling through the body. So yes, the feet matter. Even in jiu-jitsu, where we spend a lot of time on our backs, they matter more than people think. But the pogo hop is really, it's more of a whole body wake-up drill. You're priming the nervous system, warming the connective tissue, getting the fascia moving, and you're telling the body, right, we're not in the office anymore, let's go to wake. So you start with 30 to 60 seconds, something easy. Light, quiet, springy contact. You should feel more switched on, not more tired. The second practice is joint massage. This is not fancy. You're literally going to use your hands to wake up the tissue around the joints before you ask those joints to deal with another human being trying to fold you into the shape of a camping chair. Start around the elbows and shoulders, then give special attention to the knees. Work around the joint, get into the muscle attachments, massage the patella tendon, massage the hamstring insertions at the back. Knead the surrounding tissue like dough. Nothing aggressive, nothing painful, just enough pressure to bring blood flow and awareness into the area. A lot of grapplers often treat joints like they're just hinges, but your joints are surrounded by tissue that has to receive force, transmit force, and protect you when things get messy. When those tissues are cold or half asleep, they don't always respond well to being twisted or compressed or posted on or suddenly loaded. A bit of joint massage gets oxygen-rich blood into the area, gives the nervous system more feedback from that joint, and helps the body feel like those parts are actually online. Think of it like checking the armor before battle. You're not trying to fix every old injury in 20 seconds. You're just saying, right, you're about to be needed. Before we get to the final piece, if you want a bunch more physiology hacks, just like these ones, that will immediately improve your jiu-jitsu, check out my Roll Forever cheat sheet. It's a free resource where I'm giving you my 7 performance cues that you can plug right into your next session. Nothing complicated, nothing long-winded, super quick, super easy. It's a 5-minute read for a lifetime's worth of returns. The link is below. The third practice is the spinal wave. This is one of the simplest ways to remind your spine that it is supposed to move like a chain, not as one stiff plank with a head attached to it. Start from the top of the head and gently roll the movement down through the neck, through the upper back, the lower back, and into the hips. Then reverse it and let the wave travel back up. You can do it forwards and backwards, then side to side. And if you're feeling frisky, add a few gentle trunk twists in there as well. You're not forcing range. You're not trying to look like a dancer. You're just creating smooth movement through the spine before it gets pulled, stacked, twisted, flattened, extended, and compressed in training. So the full warm-up is very simple. Start with 30 to 60 seconds of pogo hops to wake up the nervous system, prime the elastic system, and get the whole body organized. Then use 60 to 90 seconds of joint massage to bring blood flow and awareness into the tissues that take a beating in training. Then finish with 60 to 90 seconds of spinal waves to get your back moving before the chaos starts. That's it. Under 5 minutes, you can still do the class warm-up. In fact, unless you're a purple belt, you probably have to do the class warm-up. This is not replacing jiu-jitsu movement. It's giving your body a better starting point before those movements begin. And at open mat, where there usually is no formal warm-up at all, this becomes even more important, because I'll just flow for the first round is one of the great lies of jiu-jitsu. It sounds sensible for about 18 seconds. Then someone grips a little harder, someone resists a little more, and suddenly your gentle warm-up round has turned into a full tax audit on your knees and your lower back. Take 5 minutes, wake up your nervous system, your joints, your spine. You don't need to be obsessive about it. You don't need to make a big performance out of it. You just need to give your body a clear signal right before you ask it to get into some serious work. Because after 40, the warm-up is not just something you do before training. It's part of how you keep training. Don't forget to grab the Roll Forever cheat sheet. The link's in the description below. That's if you want 7 simple cues to help 40-plus grapplers like yourself, I'm assuming, to roll longer, recover faster, and protect your body without adding loads of extra training. And while you're here, watch this video next, where I talk about the one simple fix that you might be overlooking that's keeping you feeling wrecked for days after class. I'll see you there.